In today's video, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that Lisa and I have been working on. It's something that's going to completely change basically everything about our website. This project is huge and it involves what you see right here behind me. This is 100 little half-gallon cubes that we're going to use to house bettas. And we've got another 100 of them coming in next weekend. That's right, you heard me correctly. We are gonna start selling bettas on our website. It's gonna be a little bit before we're able to do it, but like I said, next weekend we're gonna be picking up another 100 of those, and we're gonna pick up the racks to put them on, and we're gonna pick up our first batch of fish. Ooh, we're gonna take you along with us. These are all Hellboys?
Yeah, except this one is a red fancy.
Are you having fun?
Yes. Definitely.
To do that, it's going to be a lot of fun. But today, I want to talk about a product that's going to actually make this whole process a whole lot easier, and it'll definitely make the process of keeping bettas easier for you too. Two products, actually. It's so overwhelming. There's so much going on. Let's just get into it. Hey folks, it's John with KeepFishKeeping.com. Today we're talking all about these two brand new products from Fritz. The first being Betta water and the second is dark water. Both of these products, of course, are available on our website. If you're interested in them, I'll put a link in the description. So what are these two products? Well, it's simple. Both of these are made to make betta keepers' lives easier. Now I know it's absolutely true. Bettas are pretty easy to keep, but the way I look at it is, anytime there's an easier way to do things, I'm all for it. So first, let's talk about Betta water. This product is easy to talk about because it's exactly what you think it is. It's water that's made specifically for bettas. It's treated specifically to be the perfect water for your bettas. So yeah, it's water in a bottle. Most betta keepers are going to use things like catappa leaves or Indian almond leaves in their water to help with bacteria and stuff like that, helps with stress and helps to control pH. Well, this is already treated with that, so you don't have to worry about it. It's treated with Indian almond leaf extract, and it's all mixed up at the appropriate levels to actually adjust the pH and have that antibacterial treatment from the Indian almond leaves in there. So it's perfect. There's no mixing, there's no guessing or measuring or anything like that. Basically, you pour it in and it's ready to go. Now, obviously, this is not a product that you're going to use to do a whole water change in a 5-gallon tank. It's only 32 ounces, so it would take a lot of bottles to do that. But where this is perfect is when you have that smaller betta tank, maybe not as small as this, because that would just be mean, but if you have a tank that's a couple gallons, I actually have a 2.5 gallon sitting right over here. If you have something like that for your bettas and you do a small water change in there, you top it off with this, you're done. You don't have to worry about any kind of measuring or anything like that. It's really quite simple. Again, it's something that not everybody is going to want to buy because they're like, well, I'll just mix up my own water. I get it. This is for someone that doesn't want to mess around with any of those things. You just want to keep things simple. You know there's no guessing here. You just put it in there and you're done. So yes, it absolutely will make betta keepers' lives easier, particularly those with small tanks. If you have larger tanks, if you're keeping bettas in 5 gallons, 10 gallons, 20 gallons, you would need a lot of this. You'd be needing to buy this in 5-gallon buckets. This is going to be more for the people that have the smaller tanks. So let me tell you a little story about me actually using this product. When Fritz sent it to me to test it, it was the perfect scenario for it. Lisa and I, like I said, we're going to start selling bettas on our website very, very soon. We went down to meet with the farm that's breeding these bettas and is going to sell them to us. When we were down there, we picked up a bunch of these, like I showed you in the intro, and we picked up 5 or 6 bettas, which we have not shown you yet on the channel, but we didn't get home until like midnight. And we had some of these bottles that, again, Fritz had sent us. The problem was we couldn't sell them because, first of all, they were samples, and second of all, they did get damaged in UPS. We've had some issues with packages getting damaged with UPS. So they weren't completely broken, but the caps had cracked, and so some of the water had leaked out. There wasn't full bottles. We had 4 of those, and so we get home at midnight. I didn't want to mix up a bunch of water. We needed somewhere to put those betas that we had picked up that day. So we bought 100 of these. I picked 4 of these up, and I took all 4 of those bottles of this that I had and dumped 1 into each one. We put the betas in there. The problem was solved. It was done. I didn't need to worry about treating it at all. I didn't need to worry about dechlorinating it. It was ready to go. And we knew that the betas were going to be safe in there. So for us, this worked beautifully in that particular situation. For you, again, it might be something where you're doing small water changes or you just want to top it off. It's going to be perfect for that. You don't have to have this product. Of course, I'd like for you to buy it, but if you're not doing a bad thing if you don't have this, but boy, is it convenient to have. But I realize that probably 95% of you watching are going to have no interest in something like this because you mix up your own water. I get it. I totally understand that. But if you are one of those people, this is probably going to be the product that you're going to be interested in. This is a big one. This is the brand new dark water from Fritz, and this thing is so new. When I went on my distributor's website to order this, they didn't even have a photo of it yet. I mean, this is just hitting the market. Very, very exciting. What this is Indian almond leaf extract. This is going to give you the same effects that an Indian almond leaf would. Maybe you don't want dried out leaves floating around in your aquarium making it look dirty. Maybe you want it to be easier and again have that effect but not have the leaves floating around in the water or sitting down in the substrate. That's where this is going to come in. It provides the tannins in the water that some fish require, like bettas, discus, angels, some tetras, and even shrimp. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you're probably thinking, John, you are a total hypocrite because you've said in many videos that you can't stand the tannin look. And it's true, I have said that a million times. But what I meant by that was, I don't like aquariums that look like they're full of iced tea. I don't like the water to be really, really brown. That's not what's going to happen with this. It's going to put a little bit of a tint in the water, but it's not going to be outrageous. It's not going to look like they're swimming around in a caramel macchiato. Well, I guess it could if you poured like this whole bottle into a 5-gallon tank. I guess it could make it look pretty dark, but we're not going to do that with this one. We're going to use this little tank here. These are about a half gallon, and you can see I've only got it not even 3/4 of the way up, maybe 2/3 of the way up. So it's significantly less than a half gallon. This is about where we're going to have it for the betas that we keep, because we're not going to want them to jump back and forth between the tanks. In fact, we might even have it a little bit lower. These might be at about halfway when we keep the betas in there, but the directions say 5 mils, which is about a half a cap full for a 1-gallon tank, or 6 drops per cup. I don't have this measured, so what I'm going to do is about 1/4 of a cap full. I don't know how many drops that's going to equal, but I'm going to put that in here. And well, I just dropped a little bit in there. Yeah, well, okay. Well, we're not doing this perfectly. There's not going to be any fish put in here, but you can see it. If you look at my little side camera here, it pretty much adds no color to the tank at all. In fact, you know what? We're going to have some fun here. Let's put some more in there. Why not? Let's put an entire cap full. Why wouldn't we do that? This is a little less than a half of a gallon, and you can see that it hasn't really tinted the water hardly at all. You can notice that it does have a little bit of a tint to it, just a little bit, and the only way you would really notice it is if you put it up next to another aquarium, which obviously we don't have that here right now, but that's why I like this product. It gives the effects of the tannins. It does tint the water slightly, but it doesn't overpower it. It, again, doesn't make it look like your beta swimming around in a tank full of Dr. Pepper. You know what? I'm not done having fun. Let's do a little bit more of this. I'm gonna put another entire cap full in this just because I really do like proving my point. Another full cap, I'm gonna show it to you. See that? Another full cap in here. And the good thing is I have this tank here, which I'm gonna be using on the next video that I'm about to record. But you can see these two next to each other. In fact, I'll give you a closer up look. If you look at these two tanks right next to each other, you can see that This does have a little bit of a gold tint to it, just a little, and it's not gold, but you understand what I mean. It has a little bit of a hue, not necessarily like it's full of dye or something like that, just slightly different than this, and that's putting about 3 times as much in here as what you would want for the proper dosage. You can overdose this, so you won't want to do that, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. You can see that it's not going to overpower the tank, and that's a really big deal for me because, again, my attitude has not changed about not liking aquariums that look like iced tea. So I want to say this one more time. This is not a dechlorinator. It's not an ammonia or nitrate remover, anything like that. This is not a bottle of Prime mixed in with almond leaf extract. It's not like that. This is just the Indian almond leaf extract is really what it is in here. So you're going to get the tannin effect. You're going to get the help with lowering the pH. You're going to get that antibacterial quality, but it's not going to remove chlorine. It's not going to remove ammonia or anything like that. So if you're mixing up your Betta water, which is what we're going to do for ours, we're going to get one of those big 35-gallon Rubbermaid totes, and we're going to mix up water in that, bring it up to temperature before we fill up all these tanks. And we'll put this in that, and then we'll just put it all out into all of the tanks. So if you're doing the same thing, if you mix up your water, you would want to dechlorinate it first with Fritz Complete, Prime, Stress Coat, whatever you use, and then put this in there with that. This is not going to do everything. It's not an all-in-one. But that's not a bad idea, Fritz. Each one of these bottles is going to treat 24 gallons. So we're not going to be using this in Lisa's discus tank way back there. Discus do like tannins in the water, but this would take, what, 5 bottles to just put 1 dose in there. We could do that, but we're not going to do that. But if you have a like 5-gallon tank and you're doing a 1-gallon water change a couple times a week, this would give you 24 water changes. That 1 gallon that you'd be replacing, you would have 24 water changes with just this one little bottle. So one little bottle definitely goes a long way. If you're keeping your fish in big giant tanks, then you know it's not going to be as useful for you. But I guess if it's a 24-gallon tank, it would be real easy. But if you have big tanks and you're treating for discus or some tetras or whatever, you're probably going to want to mix up your own water using the Indian almond leaves and stuff like that. But this is great for somebody that has the smaller nano tanks, the 2.5-gallon, 5-gallon, even 10-gallon tanks. This one little bottle will go a long way. So in conclusion, these 2 products, both of these, we've talked more about this one, but both of these products are great for people like me that just want to keep things simple. Don't you dare call me lazy. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is you just want to eliminate some steps. You want to keep things as easy as possible. Both of these are going to do that for you. Again, this product, fantastic. I've used it already and it worked very well for us. And you notice it's treated with the Indian almond leaf and there is no tint to it whatsoever. It is crystal clear, so that's good too if you're like me and you don't like those tannins. But if you want to keep things simple, take all the guesswork out, you got to measure this product, which, okay, whatever, but as little steps as possible. Both of these products are definitely going to do that. It's going to make your life a little bit easier, and we could all use that these days. But I will have links in the description for both of these products. Go over to our website, keepfishkeeping.com, order them. They're very inexpensive. We're probably going to actually lose money every time people order these because they're heavy. It's 32 ounces. So it's going to cost a lot to ship these, but these are not going to be a problem at all. Don't feel sorry for me. It's one of those things that kind of comes with the job. It is what it is. Shipping is expensive these days, but both of these are available on the website. Go over there and check it out. And like I said, in the very near future, there's going to be some big things happening here. The website is going to change because we are going to be putting little bettas in this tank. Not little bettas, but full-grown bettas in these tanks, putting them on the website and making them available for you at keepfishkeeping.com. So really big. I don't have a date yet as far as when we're going to do that, but of course I will keep you posted and let you know when this is going to happen. We'll probably announce it on Tank Talk Live, which is every single Thursday night at 9 p.m. We do a live stream where we kind of, in the beginning, while we're waiting for people to come in, we update about the website, things like that, specials that we're doing or whatever. We'll probably announce it there. So you're gonna wanna tune in Thursday nights at 9 o'clock because those are gonna be the first people to know. So yeah, very cool. That's it. Not really a whole lot more to say about these. Thank you so much for watching. Make your life easier. Get you some of these. We'll see you next time.